Today we'll look at what's new in 2506 with beam section orientation. We'll begin by creating a 1D C-beam with mesh coat and auto chain selection on. And here you can see we have a section defined in our 1D collector. Just so we can see the beam mesh a little bit better, let's change the color, and we'll also turn on the section orientation and orientation vectors. Now if we take a look at the solid, we can see that there's actually some angle to our section. So to define that, we can use the orientation vector method, which exists, and we can specify a vector normal to a location on our face. So here we want to put that next to our selected element, which is required for using the orientation vector method. And we can see that we get something that's close to what we want with our solid. Now this method of specifying the section orientation is associative, so that if we were to change that face, that vector would also update. Now to take a look at what's new in 2506, let's go ahead and undo that change. And we'll go back to our FEM. And here you can see the method is orientation vector, and there's a selected element that's required for that. However, if we go to constant vector, you can see there's no orientation vector needed, and it will keep the orientation vectors constant. So here if we take a look at the model, you can see all those orientation vectors are consistent. However, that doesn't give us the shape that we want for this particular model, but it may for other models. So here for the orientation vector method, you can see that those vectors are adjusted as the beam mesh progresses across the curve.